Hey guys, welcome back to another movie review. And last night I got a chance to go see the new Guy Ritchie film, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. And I had a really fun time watching this movie. And that's the thing with old Guy Ritchie movies. Like I don't go see every single Guy Ritchie movie, but this was one I was definitely excited to go see. Especially because Henry Cavill is in it. You got Alan Ritchson in it. You got Henry Golding in it, Eiza González, all like really, really great actors in it, and I was really, really excited to see the movie and see if it was gonna be what I expected going in. What I kind of expected was just kind of like a fun movie, and I did. The thing about the movie that I really liked, that did have that flair of Inglourious Bastards. And Inglourious Bastards, I think the thing about that movie also, I mean, it's like they really, really make you hate the Nazis. As like in history, we already really, really hate Nazis for all the atrocities and things that they've done. But like in Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Bastards, he made you hate Nazis like even more than you already hated them, and that's what kind of I got here. Like Guy Ritchie, he basically like the premise of the movie. You've seen the trailer, like. Henry Cavill is this kind of like out of. Let's just say like he's not your typical army captain. He's a very much out of the box. Just has very unorthodox methods, and the thing is Winston Churchill. In order to stop the U-boats from because the U-boats that the Germany is building are taking out American supplies, and therefore America cannot join the war effort to help Britain. So, Winston Churchill, in secret, enlists Henry Cavill and his team, including Alan Ritchson, hero Fiennes, Tiffin, Henry Golding, and Alex Pettyfer. They kind of get together as like a ragtag crew, kind of like Inglourious Bastards, to go and stop these U-boats. Kind of blow up the harbor so they can stop production of the U-boats, and so that America can get the supplies to Britain and help join the war effort. So it's basically about the few days coming for when they have to try to destroy this like place over in Africa where they are building the U-boats. And that's when Eiza González is a spy along with Babs. I'm trying to say his last name, Lusan Mokun. And if you don't know who that is, he is from Dune Part 1, who played the guy that Paul Atreides challenged and killed in the first Dune movie. And he's really good in the movie. Well, it's like everyone's really, really good. Everyone's enjoyable. And there's a lot of like laugh out loud moments. But what's really great, I think, about the movie is that Guy Ritchie really knows how to shoot action. There's like a moment when they're raiding a Nazi occupied base where where Alex Pettyfer's character has been captured, and basically like they go and just like mowing down Nazis. I'm like, this is just fun to watch. Like this is a fun time just to watch these characters just killing Nazis. And you don't feel bad for the Nazis because Nazis are terrible people. One thing I do like is like usually in these movies they're like, we have to kill a character. We have to kill one of the characters, maybe not the main, but one of the side characters, in order to get your attention and like kind of feel bad for characters. They don't do that, which I really like. And it is based on a true story. Like what was really interesting is that before the movie, that no one knew about this until about 2016 when Winston Churchill's like files like got released public, and like this was made relevant. Like there was this group that worked under Winston Churchill to perform secret missions during World War II. And like I said, the performances were amazing. Henry Cavill as Gus March Phillips, he was probably one of the most enjoyable. This is one of the most enjoyable Henry Cavill performances I've seen in a minute. Henry Cavill's been on a bit of a weird string. He was in Argyle, which I did not like that, and then he recently left The Witcher, and people were really wondering, is Henry Cavill still a mainstream name in Hollywood? I think after this, certainly he is, because this is not like your typical Henry Cavill stoic character that he usually plays. This is like a crazy, you know, unorthodox like version of a character Henry Cavill. Gus March Phillips, like he's crazy, you know. You see him like you see the trailer where like you see the Germans like in the base and they're talking. Is like he's like and the German's like, that is not my dog, that is my wife. And then you see Henry Cavill, cuts the camera out behind him. He's like, great story. He just mows them down, and you know that just the fight scenes, you know, with him just walking around like with his gun, with a silencer, just shooting Nazis, and like the big thing was like he's tried to find a coat, like a really cool coat. That's like kind of the gags in the movie. So like he's looking at this Nazi, he's like, I really want that coat, and so he kills the Nazi and takes the coat, and you know. It is a great, great time. And I also have to say, the person they got to play Winston Churchill's movie was probably one of the best Winston Churchills I've seen. You know, I really loved the Churchill in this movie. You know, I thought he was really, the guy who played Winston Churchill was very, very good. And, you know, you also have, you know, kind of like the more side characters. You know, Alan Richardson, Henry Golding, Alex Pettyfer, and Hero Fiennes Tiffin. They were all kind of like side characters. They didn't really have much to do. Like, Alan Richardson, you know, I think the thing he tries to do a Swedish accent because the character's supposed to be Swedish, and like there's times when you're like, oh yeah, he's definitely Swedish, and there's times when you kind of see has an American accent. So I think, you know, it was a bit weird to see Alan Richardson with a Swedish accent, but he was really enjoyable. You know, the way Alan Richardson kills people in this movie is brutal but awesome at the same time. And Alan Richardson again was like probably one of the best things about the movie. And, you know, at times, you know, I think that at times, like, I really was only, like, really into the movie. When it was, like, with Henry Cavill and his group of ragtag rebels, you know, that was when I was interested. Like, when they cut to, like, Eiza González and, like, kind of did, you know, kind of, like, the monologue of how they got to like, get the Germans, like, how they destroyed the German U-boat fooling station, you know, that was probably where I was kind of taken out of the film a couple times. But, you know, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. And, you know, it has that comedy that I loved when I watched The Gentleman. The Gentleman is my favorite Guy Ritchie film. I absolutely love that movie. It is so good. And I especially love the show they just did. But I really, really love The Gentleman movie. And this kind of gave me that same flavor, you know. It wasn't like, you know, that Marvel or Disney comedy, you know, where it's just like those jokes where it's like, where it's like, it's funny but not funny. It's actually funny. Like, in this movie, like, there's a part where they're on a secret mission, so if they get caught by the British, they go to jail. If they get caught by the Nazis, they'll die. So then, like, there's another group going against Churchill to kind of stop this from happening because they want to, like, overthrow Churchill and take him out because they don't really feel like he's getting the job done. And, you know, they're about to be captured, and then there's a U-boat right after them. And the captain's like, Gus March Phillips, stay right there. He's like, yes, sir. And he's like, Henry, get the runners, let's get out of here. And like, it's great. You know, it's great. It's a great cast. A great cast. And a really, really fun time. And, you know, it's a fun, just like, action flick. I really loved it. It's not going to be like Best Picture nominee. It's not going to be, you know, Guy Ritchie's best film ever, but it's like on the level of like The Gentleman. I feel like you can really compare it to The Gentleman. It's a fun time, and I had a fun time. I would give this movie an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 because there was a lot of it enjoyed, but there are parts I feel like that could have been cut out of the movie that would have made the movie maybe a bit better, and I think shorter would have been a bit better for this movie. I think 2 hours, maybe a bit too long. I think maybe if they cut it down to like 140, 145, it would have, you know, the pacing would be a bit better. That is going to be my review of the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. What do you guys think? Are you guys going to go check out this movie? Or are you guys going to wait till it drops on Apple TV or somewhere else to watch it? Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time. Peace.